Oh my goodness, something so strange is happening. What if the world's money just literally disappeared? What if I told you that more than 313 trillion US dollars has vanished from the global financial system? No headlines, no investigations, no answers, just silence. I need to break this down right now in this video so that you can understand what this means. No matter where you are in the world, the globe is coming for a worldwide financial collapse. And if you're an expat, you need to live in a place that has a lower cost of living than Western society and prepare for what's coming. So you're like, where did you get that number? 313 trillion. Well, my friend, it comes from the Institute of International Finance as of 2024. But here's the catch. If the debt represents promises of future money, then where's the real cash? Why does it feel like wealth is evaporating while everyday families drown in taxes, inflation, and enormous amounts of debt? See, listen. The deeper you dig, the more the story shifts from missing money to actually a hidden empire behind the scenes. Now, this is the disappearance that nobody is talking about. The global debt hit 313 trillion in 2023, a record high. And just for perspective, let's break this down. That's 3.3 times larger than the entire global economy. The world is in 3.3 times as much debt as it has gross domestic product or output that the global economy is able to put out. Developing nations owe 100 billion annually in just interest payments. And here's the riddle. If the world is more indebted than ever and governments keep printing money, where's all of this capital going? How can so much money just vanish out of thin air? So I've seen so many documentaries with whistleblowers coming out and saying there is a black budget market for this money that keeps being printed, keeps being loaned, and this is what they are investing it in. Before I tell you what they're investing in, let me tell you about something else that you need to know about. If you're an expat, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're someone that wants to be self-reliant, especially if you understand the W-2 job economy is no longer stable. Listen, while trillions and trillions of dollars around the world start to vanish in black budgets, your business revenue does not have to disappear. I'm a marketing consultant and strategist of 9 years going on 10 years. You can take control of your revenue goals, take control of your marketing message, and disseminate a message that actually makes people feel seen, heard, and understood. Check out my VIP day. I have 2 available for the month of September. 1 day, 1 strategy, endless growth for your firm. www.tiffygwrites.co or www.tiffygwrites.ai. Now let's get back to this content. So get this, there are projects that are so classified that the public is not going to know about them until years later. Budgets that are so secret that not even Congress or Parliament see them in full. Follow the money trail, secret military research, space technology investments, and AI-powered surveillance systems. I'm going to take it a step further. If you noticed in the White House, President Donald Trump met with a few tech billionaires like Mark Zuckerberg. He was like the right-hand man right there. It used to be Elon. But I want you to pay attention to who was in that room. Mark Zuckerberg owns Meta, Facebook, Instagram, all the things, WhatsApp. He owns a lot of the technology that we use in the age of social media. He's sitting right there on the right hand of Trump, and you must wonder, okay, where's all this money going? Companies like OpenAI, other research labs are getting military money, government contracts. And when I say government contracts, as somebody that has worked on them, these are large, like scrupulous amounts of money that are going to tech bros for AI surveillance advancement, okay? And in 2020, the US Department of Defense admitted to 21 trillion in unsupported money. Adjustments, they called it actually, unsupported adjustments. That's government jargon for, we don't know where it went. Now, scale that up globally and suddenly the $313 trillion didn't just disappear. It Now it doesn't sound so far stretched that it actually went into some kind of black budget that the regular public does not know about. So the next logical question that we have here on this channel, by the way, if you are liking this video, you like this information, you should definitely hit the like button and subscribe. I see so many of you, like 75%, come to this channel all the time, but you're not subscribed. I'm just like, man, why aren't you subscribing? It'll just take like 10 seconds out of your day. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so maybe that was more like 7 seconds because I counted pretty fast, but thank you for subscribing. Hit the bell notification because also some of you, you're like, hey, I don't even see your content anymore. I don't see your family channel. You're not subscribed to members only. You have to be locked in, or all of the content on YouTube is just gonna pass us by. And if you really want to be locked in, hit the subscribe button, check out members only, check out the links in the description, hit the like button, and share this with 10 to 15 people. Now, let's think about who's really pulling these strings. Theories point in predictable but quite chilling directions. The Pentagon, which President Donald Trump wants to rename the War Department. Oh gosh. The Pentagon's deep budget operations require entire departments to run on invisible money. Defense contractors like Lockheed Martin, Raytheon, Northrop Grumman are quietly pocketing billions of dollars. And you know, there are elite banking families out there. We're not sure who they are, but you know, much of the population knows they exist somewhere. They are funneling money into joint future control projects. Think about the lockdown. Think about the beast system. Think about some of the things that have just happened in the last 5 to 10 years on the global world stage and what's currently happening in the world. There are so many wars and proxy wars and rumors of wars, and war is always about money. So they want to funnel money in different directions. Not sure where it's going to go, but obviously this tells you as an expat or as someone that is looking at an alternative lifestyle outside the West, this tells you, hey, maybe it's time for me to look at a country that has a 60% lower cost of living. If you've been watching this channel, you know my family and I have been in Africa for over 5 years, living in both Tanzania and Mauritius and beyond because we are digital nomads. You should do the same thing because our cost of living has drastically decreased. We're able to save more, invest more in gold, AVGO, or whatever we decide to invest in, certain crypto coins. These are all things that you need to do. You need to take control of your finances. And I'm not a lawyer or a financial advisor, but I believe that knowledge is power. Education is power. And you have the time, especially if you end up traveling abroad, to learn these systems, to learn the stock market, to learn the crypto market, to read books, to understand how to begin investing little by little so that you are self-reliant and not dependent on what's going to come soon in the near future, which could be a universal basic income. Now let's imagine a scenario that isn't too far from reality, especially as we near 2027. You work harder than ever, yet inflation eats your paycheck every single payday. Taxes rise, but your community gets less support. Government tells us there's no budget for healthcare and education anymore. Meanwhile, trillionaires are silently redirected to build a future only they control. Look, this is about way more than money just disappearing. This is about constructing a hidden empire while people argue over gas prices and grocery bills. And here's the technology secret: funding the future that we won't enter. Some experts actually believe these shadow budgets aren't just about weapons. They're about reshaping the very fabric of reality. Quantum supercomputers capable of breaking every encryption system, brain interface experiments that blur the line between the thought and the machine, AI-run defense networks where decisions of war and peace are made to bypass humans, even weather control programs, echoing rumors about Project HAARP, HAARP. If true, we're not funding the world we live in. We're funding a future that we will not even be able to enter. And it will be a future where the elites are in control and they have all of the wealth, power, freedom, and autonomy unless you do something as soon as humanly possible. Unfortunately, you as a regular person, if you make under a couple $1 million per year, you are considered one of those people in the middle class to upper middle class that really gets the bad end of the deal. Here's the reality. While hidden trillions fund secret projects, ordinary families are the collateral damage. Expats struggle with currency collapse and border restrictions because they don't have a network. They haven't joined an intensive like the State of the Diaspora, in which we are hosting the 12th edition on September 14th, literally 7 days from now. Every previous cohort just in the last 3 months has been completely sold out, with some clients going forth to get into our high ticket, high touch program where we do the work for you and walk you through your exit strategy for the next 5 years. If you're interested, check out the link in the description. And then watch homeowners watching their savings erode under inflation. And by the way, Trump actually announced a national housing crisis. I was gonna do another video on that because that's a whole nother rabbit hole that we have to go down. And then also including the fact that the job market is at its lowest since 2020. So it's like you're in a pandemic without actually being in a pandemic. So what's the real under the table pandemic here? It's technology, these behind the scenes contracts, the collapse of the economy, and the age of AI. And even retirees are facing pension systems that are on the brink of collapse. The disappearing money isn't just about an abstract conspiracy. It's the reason you pay more, save less, and feel locked out of opportunity. And listen, I know this is not good news, but we can agree on a couple of things. The financial system is not designed with you or I in mind. Invisible empires are being built with your sweat equity at these W-2 employers that do not care about letting you go on the spot. And unless you adapt in this age, meaning you either travel abroad, which I highly recommend, get your personal finances in order, high yield savings account, start to understand the stock market, start to understand gold, silver, crypto, XRP, Bitcoin, whatever your choice of coin is, Solana, ADA, whatever it is, because now you can even hold it on PayPal if you so choose. It's never been easier. And unless you understand these changes and adapt quickly in the age of AI, you're going to be left holding worthless debt while someone else builds the future. The question is not where the money went, it's whether we'll ever wake up in time to take back control. Shalom, shalom. I'll see you in the next video. Check out the links in the description to get free from the financial collapse. Talk soon.